I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast, the podcast with expensive opinions. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share this video. Make sure you check the description down below, where I have my link to my TikTok and Instagram. This is episode 77. Before I get started, make sure you tune into last episode, episode 76, where I talked about why do I always forget? It doesn't fail. I talked about 2K24, next gen. Uh, I gave my thoughts on it, and I took just tune in, go watch the video. Let's get straight into this video. Before I get straight into this video, next week I'm super excited for next week episode, just because by the time you guys see next week's episode, the Drake album will be out, and I'll be talking about it next week. But tonight, a Drake and SZA song will be dropping. That's gonna be in the album. It's gonna be in For All the Dogs, and I'm super excited about that. But I'm gonna definitely give my thoughts on it next week, because by then I've already heard the song a couple of times, and I can also give my thoughts on the track list. Hopefully, there's a track list out by then, and also there's a bunch of confirmed um, features and stuff now. But I'm gonna just leave that till next week episode. So make sure you tune into next week episode. But as you can see by the title of this episode, I'm gonna be talking about NFL once again. This is kind of sort of like a part two, week two, whatever you want to call it. But I'll be predicting, who wins each and every game. For week one, I had a couple of games wrong. I expected the Chiefs to win, but they lost to the Lions by one. Uh, I and it was like some other 2 3 games. I didn't really go over which games I got right or wrong, but I do know that my Ravens won. I'm super excited for that. But let's get straight into this episode, this week two, I guess you could say. As I'm recording this, the Eagles and Vikings are playing. I totally forgot about that. And it's 3-0, Eagles ball. Not just because it's 3-0, but I'm going to pick the Eagles to win this game. I got them winning. I feel like they're just a better team. And Kirk Cousins, if I'm not mistaken, he low key sold last game against Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. So I got the Eagles for that. Then on Sunday, you got Ravens and Bengals. That might be top 3 games, top 2 games of week two of the NFL. Of course, it's just second week, so quarterbacks is not warmed up or whatever you want to call it. But it's just definitely a game that everybody should tune into, just because the Bengals and the Ravens, played each other for the playoffs. But Lamar, of course, wasn't playing because of injury. And the Ravens almost beat the Bengals. I feel like if Lamar had played, we would have beat them. But I feel like Sunday the Ravens is gonna take it. I feel like Lamar is gonna try to really show out. Of course, he couldn't do anything because he was injured, so it's not like he was just sitting out and didn't play last time they seen each other. But I feel like we're gonna take it, and I feel like we're gonna take it mostly because our defense. I feel like we have a better O line than offensive line than the Bengals. I'm expecting Burrow though to turn up. I'm expecting him to have a way better game. He didn't have such a good game week one. But I got the Ravens winning that. Hopefully we do it. I'll make us 2-0. Then you got Seahawks and Lions. That's a good game as well. But I'm going to give it to the Lions, though. Colts and Texans. See, these is games where I really don't tune in. But it's still, I still give my prediction up. I'll give it to the Colts. I think the Colts will take it. If I'm not mistaken, Richardson is in the Colts. So I'll give it to the Colts. Bears and Bucks. That's an actual good game. I might give it to the Bears though. Chiefs and Jaguars. That's a really good game as well. My second favorite quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, is playing. Patty Mahomes. Patty didn't even have a bad week one. Had they had Kelsey, and had some of his teammates didn't drop the ball so much, I feel like they would have won. Uh, Jaguars and Chiefs. I mean, I kind of sort of be biased, especially if I'm a fan of somebody. But realistically speaking, I say the Chiefs should win. I mean, they should have won week 1, but I think they'll win week 2. If they don't win week 2, then that's tough. I mean, there's a bunch of other weeks left, but you're expecting the defending champs to grab a win sooner than later. Then you got the Packers and Falcons. I'll give it to the Packers. You got the Raiders and Bills. I'll give it to the Bills. Chargers and Titans. I'll give it to the Chargers. 49ers and Rams. That's a good game. But I got 49ers. Giants and Cardinals. Now listen up. Listen up. Listen up. Listen. Giants went outside. Like, when I say sad, they went outside. I'm not no Giants fan. You guys should know that already. But they didn't even score against the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys do have great defense. But still, I mean, I expected. I mean, anybody who would have said that the Giants were gonna go in scoreless, like week 1, they would have probably been looked at. It's not something that you could just predict or just say so, comfortably or easily. But that was crazy. That was crazy. A week 1 game. The Cowboys cooked them it was bad. It was really really bad. But Giants and Cardinals. I got Giants. I got them bouncing back. I feel like they could beat the Cardinals. Jets and Cowboys. Now it sucks because for week 1, I didn't give no prediction for the Jets and Bills game, but it's no new news anymore. Aaron Rodgers is out for the season, and if I'm not mistaken, he didn't play like more than 6 or 7 snaps until week 1. So that sucks. I was really really excited to see that game. Once he got injured, I kind of stopped tuning in, even though it was still a good game because Jets ended up beating the Bills. That's a huge upset, especially when their main quarterback got injured first quarter, first couple of minutes of the game. So that was really tough. I mean, you gotta give them their props. But the Jets and the Cowboys, I'm gonna have to give it to the Cowboys. I'm not gonna lie. They got more. They're just a complete team. I feel like Wilson wouldn't really keep up with the Cowboys defense. And yeah, now the Broncos and Commanders, I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos. I think they could probably win. Could be a bounce back year for Russell. Then the Dolphins and Patriots, that's a goodie. That's a really really good game. The Dolphins had an amazing game, amazing game. Week 1, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Dolphins. I have to give it to the Dolphins. Just cause Tua is a really good quarterback. I feel like he's a better quarterback. I wouldn't say he is a really good quarterback. He be having his moments, but he's better than the Patriots quarterback. And you got Tyreek Hill, you got Waddle, especially Tyreek Hill went for 100 or 100 and something yards. I don't know. Probably even way more for game 1. So I got the Dolphins beating the Patriots. You got Saints and Panthers. I'll give it to the Panthers, and then you got Steelers and Browns. I mean, it's not like it's a couple of games that I don't really care for, to be honest with you, but I'll pick the Browns. I got the Browns winning. So yeah, I mean, that's my full prediction for week 2 of the NFL. Week 2 out of 18. We have a whole bunch more, a lot more football to go. I don't want to overreact off the first 2 weeks, but I feel like we've seen a lot so far for week 1, and we're going into week 2 now. Hopefully your favorite team wins. Everybody has a different favorite team. Not everybody could win. Only one winner out of 2 teams. So, but I'm super excited though to keep this up. I feel like it's fun. Giving my predictions to these NFL teams each and every week. It might be some weeks that I might miss, but I'm gonna definitely try to keep it. I'm gonna try to do each week, but I know that I'm gonna have a lot of different topics coming up here. But yeah, now highlights of week 1. I said the Cowboys and Giants game. I mean, the score spoke for itself. Nobody, was waiting for that. Then you got Aaron Rodgers' injury, which sucks. It puts the Jets in an uncomfortable position because with Aaron Rodgers, they was, they could have been, I mean, of course, with him, they're a better team, but they could have probably been in some type of like competitive, atmosphere, I guess you could say. Then you got the Chiefs losing. That was so unexpected, and they lost by one. I feel like those type of losses is probably a bit more annoying, knowing that you was this close to taking the dub. What other games? What other games? The Dolphins. Dolphins, they tweaked. Tua and Tyreek Hill, they really showed up. Uh, what else? The Ravens. I feel like for us, the Ravens, I'm not gonna lie, it was like I wouldn't say tough, but it was like we could have won in a better style. But the dub is a dub no matter what. But I think Lamar completed for 169 yards. That's not, it's not. He could do way more than that, in my opinion, in my eyes. I mean, I may not be the only one who could say, who thinks that. But I mean, he admitted himself that he was kind of rusty. But you gotta understand, he's been out for a minute. He's been out for a minute. Like I said, last two episodes when I talked about week one, he missed like at least 5 to 6 games for the last season. So he's still getting his legs up there. He's getting, even though he's not gonna lose the running game, but the chemistry's still being built up. Now the Bengals, I think they only scored like 3 points, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, just to make sure. They didn't win though. Let me see. Yeah, it was 3-24. They lost to the Browns. 3 points. Nobody would think that. So week one was kind of a bit all over the place. It was definitely filled with upsets. And that's just football, honestly. You're gonna get upsets. Anything is honestly possible. It's a game of making the right decision, and just trying to stay consistent with that throughout the whole game. Cause, I mean, a large lead could be a large lead until you make 1 or 2 mistakes, and then the team you're going against is right there, and they end up, the momentum just switches. But yeah, I mean, that's really it for this episode. I gave my week 2 predictions. I'm super excited though. Hopefully, I get all of them correct. That's my goal, to come up here and get at least one whole week correct. If I could get all games correct, that would be super, super tough. If you want to place a ticket and take my choices, do so. It's your choice. And yeah, but I mean, that's really it for this episode. This is episode 77. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video. Make sure you check the description down below, where I have my link for my TikTok and Instagram. Podcast with Expensive Opinions. Tune into episode 78. God willing, I'll be here next week recording, talking about the Drake album. I'm super, super excited. I feel like we got baited multiple times. So, the fact that it's a lot that I'm going to talk about. And I'm deciding to leave it till next week, because the day you guys will be seeing it, the album will be out. And yeah, that's really it for this episode. Make sure you subscribe. It's your boy Salsita, and I'm out.